Welcome back, YouTube. It is the Drunk Capitalist here again, and this story is straight hot off the press. So right now, a man in California claims that someone stole his lottery ticket, and the person that won the lottery ticket is not the person that stole the lottery ticket. It's a whole mess right now, and he went to the police about this before the winning numbers were drawn. So now it looks like he may have some type of story, but he also, in my opinion, may not have won the lottery. It's also very possible. Who knows? But let's get into this story because this is just weird. And this is why I say don't even play the lottery, because you can't even win for losing. Okay?
The lottery announced the identity of last year's $2 billion Powerball winner, but now there is someone else claiming the ticket was stolen from him.
Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda has more on a potential lawsuit.
It is the biggest Powerball jackpot in history, and now there could be a dispute over who bought the winning ticket here at Joe's gas station in Altadena.
The name of the person who is the only player to match all 6 numbers of the historic Powerball drawing last November is Edwin Castro.
The lottery announced Edwin Castro as the winner of the big prize and that he would collect a lump sum payment of $997 million. Castro did.
That lump sum payment is less than half. It's less than half of what he won. But hey, listen, you can't complain. If you spent $20 on a ticket and you get almost $1 billion, there's nothing to cry about. But I do find it very funny when you win the lottery and you definitely don't get all the money.
Did not go up to the announcement.
Our winner declined the
Oh yeah, and then also man did not show up, so they found out who won and they wrote the check out to him. He didn't show up. And this is on February 14th that they revealed
to be
this.
with us today.
There's now a potential lawsuit that claims a man named Jose Rivera actually purchased the ticket. In the paperwork, Rivera claims that another man, identified only as Reggie, stole the ticket and would not give it back. Rivera says after the winning numbers were selected, he kept asking to get the ticket, but Reggie refused. He claims Reggie threatened to destroy the ticket if he didn't split the winnings. The document says Rivera reported all of this to law enforcement and the California Lottery. The lottery.
So now it sounds like a whole triangle. They don't know if these men know each other in some way, shape, or form. Because here is what could potentially have happened, right? Let's say Edwin Rivera is not the actual winner of the ticket, even though the lottery claims that he is. Let's say the person who actually won the ticket, Jose, he got the ticket. Reggie may have robbed him and beat him up for the ticket, took the ticket. Somehow he's able to communicate with the person that robbed him for the ticket. But then he's claiming that he told the person, hey, I'll give you half if you give me the ticket back. So now the person's like, that doesn't really make sense. Why would I give you half when I can take the whole thing? Because I had the ticket, you don't, right? Sounds like a movie. I know. If you've seen Lottery Ticket, you see this is literally the plot. And then so Reggie, the robber, he decides, well, I actually can't take it because, you know, I did steal it. So let me give it to somebody else to claim it. And then me and the other person can go have. And then Jose gets to just be the loser. Oh, well. That's how I guess he wants to play it. But who knows? This is just a weird story.
Claim sometimes looks at surveillance video to make sure it has the right person. Today at Joe's service station, no one would talk to us to confirm if the lottery had checked its video from back in November. The lottery has issued a statement which says in part, the California Lottery.
So basically, obviously, we know that the lottery can use videos in order to identify people. And we think that's possibly what actually happened in this case in order, well, not we, but me. I think that the lottery looked at the footage and saw and found who bought the ticket. And I think this guy may have just purchased the ticket. The person that the lottery says purchased the ticket. It's very possible that he's the one with the winning lottery ticket. And that's just the end of it. They probably watched the video because we're talking about $1 billion. We're not talking about, you know, 1 million, you know, even though I think they should be looking at the footage every single lottery. Why wouldn't they? But for the biggest jackpot in history, I'm pretty sure they went over it. And just to show he didn't claim this ticket. right away. It was revealed on February 14th, but he won this lottery back in November. He did not go forward with this ticket. He was probably planning his life and trying to get himself situated. Let's keep it pushing.
Tries to investigate criminal activity among its players. Such allegations are subject to investigation only by local law enforcement. Further, when it comes to the vetting process for big winners, California Lottery has the utmost confidence in its process for doing so. California Lottery remains confident that Edwin Castro is the rightful winner. The lawsuit names the state lottery.
Yeah, so they're saying Edwin is the lawful winner and that only the actual police have the ability to do such a criminal investigation, and that's, I guess, is what's going to have to happen at this point for Jose to have a fighting chance in this, if he's even eligible, because again, he doesn't have the ticket. So there's no telling if he actually had those numbers, unless the lottery says, hey, we did print 2 winning tickets, and they have not said that, and the person that got the lottery has the only ticket. So I don't know. So let's take a look at the news report from February 14th in California. It says the jackpot was released. The California Lottery on Tuesday announced the winner of the record-breaking Powerball jackpot. Edwin Castro purchased the winning ticket November 7th, 2022 at Joe's Service Center in Altadena. The ticket matched all 6 numbers in the drawing. The numbers were 10, 33, 41, 47, 56. The Powerball number 10. So this is his response. Castro says, as much as I am shocked and ecstatic to have won the Powerball drawing, the real winner is the California public school system, because they get a lot of that lottery money. And I think most states, or maybe all states, do that. Lottery winners, their drawings usually go to the school system, which is why they get like less than half of what they actually win. The mission of the California Lottery, which is to provide supplemental funding for California. So yeah, we get it. Makes this a huge win for the state. Castro declined the opportunity to speak to the press or appear publicly. So he did not want to come out, and he hadn't collected the ticket or the money at this point. The $2.4 billion prize is the largest in U.S. lottery history. This also marks the first time that the California Lottery has given out a jackpot topping $1 billion to a single winner. Only 4 previous jackpots have exceeded $1 billion. California schools received 156, which is a little bit low, given that the tax department has taxed him over $1 billion. For them to only get 156 million is crazy. And then Joe's Service Center earned $1 million for the sale of the ticket. This is what the owner looks like. Must be nice. Must be nice. He gonna get taxed. Does he get taxed on that? I wonder if they get taxed on when they sell a lottery ticket. Granted, because the money already got taxed, but not the government. So yeah. Okay, so not soon after they announced this, a few days later, it's now February 24th, and we have a California man sues $2.04 billion Powerball winner, claims ticket was stolen. And literally, this is the situation that we're in. But I want to talk about something else, because obviously this is something that can only happen with a physical ticket, if it even happened. If this is not just a random wild story. This is something that can only happen with the physical ticket. So I want to get into the second part of the video and what I really want to talk about, which is what they're trying to do next. Right now, it says that Jackpot CEO reveals plan to digitize the lottery industry. Akshay Khanna reveals how the startup plans to disrupt the $100 billion lottery market on the Calamity Countdown. The Calamity Countdown, I think, is just the name of the Fox show. They want to disturb the lottery market. They want to create a new lottery, but all digital, right? So I guess getting to that story. Online lottery ticket company Jackpot gets funding from top sports executives. Jackpot is looking to grow the U.S. lottery business by putting it online. The company has raised money from top sports executives, NBA superstars James Harden and Joel Embiid, and NHL great Martin Brodeur round out some of the big name investors. The platform hopes to attract a new, younger demographic. Scary. Yeah, this is a problem. I talked about lottery and gambling addiction a few videos ago, and I think it's still a huge issue, and I think it's going to get worse, especially if the economy continues to slip. So remember, here, the Drunk Capitalists, we're just regular people. We're just seeing what's going on in the world and trying to make sense of all of this in a financial way and try to come out on the other side as best as we can. So when we see things like this, we have to like really pause and be like, wait, hold on, what's going on? So the lottery company announced Wednesday that it closed on $35 million in Series A funding, led by some of the biggest names in sports who see the promising growth potential in digital lottery sales. Yeah, there's a lot of growth potential, but there's a really crazy downside of, gambling addiction, a lot of people losing money. The way I've learned about lottery when I was younger was that it was literally described as a poor people's tax. That poor people are the ones paying into the lottery, and a very tiny number of people win, and the state gets most of that money, right? You lose more than half when you win. Very few people win. Most people just do not win. A majority of people do not win the lottery. A majority of people do not beat the house at the casino. A majority of people do not win at sports betting. It's just not a thing. People gamble. It's addiction. It's really just a really, really bad way of analyzing the information that you have around you. Like, it's just when you accumulate all the information and the odds and stuff, it's just statistics. Your chances of winning are low. Like, that's all. I don't know how else to describe it. But anyway, let's get back to this. The cash infusion can enable Jackpot to start rolling out its website and app later this year in select locations where online lottery ticket sales are allowed. For example, the company said it could operate in states including New York, New Jersey, Texas, Ohio, and Oregon. Funding for the round was led by Accomplice, a venture capital firm co-founded by DraftKings board member Ryan Moore. It's getting bad. Courtside Ventures, an early-stage investor in sports, digital media, fitness, and gaming businesses, also among the investors. The Kraft Group, which owns the New England Patriots. Come on, how can you have... That's a conflict of interest, but whatever. Haslam Sports Group, the Cleveland Browns, Michael Rubin, Fanatics CEO, DraftKings CEO Jason Robbins. Yeah, they're all in the business of gambling, right? Of course. It makes me you gotta look at this a little bit sideways. Just the idea of them making the gambling digital. It's the same thing that happened in the casinos. At a certain point, the casinos, the machines, gave them winnings, and it worked like that. You pull the lever, it was mechanical. You knew if you won, no one was really manipulating. Although the machines were manipulated to a point, but you can't beat a mechanical lever, right? Then they made the machines digital. Now you definitely cannot beat a digital screen that's telling you that you lost. Like, you can't beat it. Like, when you had the lever, at least it was physical, mechanical things spinning. And then with the lottery, at least there are tickets being sold, and you have to physically go to a store and take the money out and pay for it and keep your ticket and do all these things. I just find it to be a bad idea. Like, we're gonna have some very gambling addict millennials and Gen Zers and all that stuff. The $100 billion lottery business is mostly cash-based, with buyers getting tickets at bodegas, convenience stores, gas stations, and other locations. So I think one of the things is that they're also trying to cut out that middleman, right? Because all these lottery places, they get paid to do the lottery in their stores. Now, if you put the lottery on someone's phone, you ain't gotta pay the middleman. I mean, you do have to pay your engineers, your programmers, your UI, creators, your UX creators. You gotta pay those people. But to be honest, to run an app, that's probably 100 people. That's a lot less stores. We're talking about 100 stores. Like, there's more than 100 like convenience stores or lottery places in every state. It's more than 100. So now you're thinking you're creating a smaller company in order to distribute the tickets, because all you got to do is all the customers have to do is get on their phones. They want to be in more in sync with online buying habits. Yeah, so now you could buy your clothes, your sneakers, and your lottery tickets all from your hand. Right? Bad. Will make money by charging a convenience fee on purchases. Now they want to charge you a convenience fee of not leaving your home. So now you don't have to do the physical thing, which, kind of helped you and protected you in a sense. But now they want to charge you for the fact that you're not walking nowhere. No wonder he said he wants to be the Uber of lottery tickets. Over a dozen states have been incredibly receptive to this because they realize that this is actually a fundamentally different channel for the same product. So this research shows 53% of Americans bought lottery tickets, but that only 5% of those were purchased online. Because it's already habit forming. It's a habit forming thing. So it's most people, even though in Jersey, New York, and these places you can gamble online now. Most people don't gamble online unless they're doing like sports betting. But we've seen casinos try to do online. There's something that people just don't trust about gambling online. They feel like it's a scam. It feels scammy because it's just one big scam. It really is. And people get addicted to it because they don't know how to do statistics. But now you have to advertise and convince these people that the odds are in their favor, that they can actually win. This is gonna be ugly, y'all. This is gonna be really ugly. The way that the economy is set up right now, this whole thing's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be nasty out here. I could already feel it. It's gonna be really, really, really crazy out here. The lottery, man, you cannot win for losing. This is bad. I'll see you guys next time though. Peace.